Hi everybody, I'm going to do a quick video for you today to talk to you about the research essay on causes or effects. This is in week 5, we're in the middle of week 5, so no time like the present to talk to you a little bit about the assignment. So you can find the instructions for the assignment right here. And let's just go through it, and then if you have any questions after this little video review, let me know. Okay, this is to analyze causes or effects, otherwise the paper would be crazy long. Now, it's already going to be about 6 pages. 1,500 to 2,000 words is at least 6 pages, okay? So keep that in the back of your mind. And you want to choose a topic that is academic and scholarly. Let's shy away from the more informal topics for Essay 3. If you've chosen an informal topic for the compare-contrast, that's fine. Now let's move to a little bit more formality. Format's APA style, and note that you have 6 sources to choose from, okay? 3 of them have got to be scholarly journals. That's why you've been doing all that library research, and I'll show you the value of that I have a second video for you to look at as well in this announcement, okay? So 3 academic journals. Academic journals, remember, are peer-reviewed. And along with peer review, that means that experts, say you're doing a paper on global warming, experts in the field have determined that the writer has the credentials, has done thoughtful research, and their text deserves a little bit more attention. It's different than somebody posting to News or Time, Time, Newsweek, even the Washington Post, where it's a journalist, but sometimes not a practitioner in that particular field. Okay, gotta have 3 scholarly journals for this paper. Okay, but I can help you with that. I can help you brainstorm where to find that type of research. Okay, so we've got a list of outcomes that you can see: using research to write an essay, forming unified, well-supported paragraphs, of course, selecting appropriate sources and documenting them, demonstrating accurate grammar mechanics, and of course, through the draft process, your draft is due Sunday, getting feedback and revising your writing. Note that I know this is the most complex of the 3 essays that you've done so far. It is perfectly okay with me if you spend more time over the next couple of days doing research and less time actually writing. That makes the most sense on a topic like this. I really don't want you to do the reverse, which is write what you think the causes are and then go and cherry pick content later that only supports your claim. That's bad research, and I would much rather see an extended outline and notes, and you show me some of the research you've performed thus far. I think that's a much more scholarly, open-ended approach, because what if you find through your research that everything you knew about global warming was wrong? Or you realize that one of the causes wasn't as significant as another cause. So it's not that your ideas were entirely wrong, it's that the majority of the cause goes in one direction where you thought it went into another. Let the research inform your position. That's the beauty of academic writing, okay? So again, choosing a topic that is scholarly, newsworthy, appropriate for your English professor is the way to go. Here's an example. Students could write about various causes of pipeline accidents, but you don't want to write about the effects. Maybe you mention one in a conclusion for food for thought, but this could end up making your paper super long, and you really have about 6 pages to do this. Okay. Organizing and supporting your essay, you're really familiar with this. This is nothing new. Introductory paragraph that opens the essay, and a good, coherent closing paragraph that frame the majority of your content, which is the body, where all the data, the details, where you think of it as a sandwich. I know it's a weird idea, but think of it as a sandwich. Sandwiches are really only as good as the meat and the veggies and all of the toppings and things that are inside it. Same for an academic paper. Okay. Note that I gave you a lot of feedback on essay 2 about use of I and you. Also note you don't want to use we or us. This is point of view shift to I. And we and us is first person and you is second person. You can feel like a lecture. I use it with my feedback too because I'm directing it to individual students, or I'll use it in this recording because the use of you putting in air quotes here. Use of you is a verbal indicator that I'm specifically talking to the students in the class. But when writers use it in their papers, it can feel like a lecture. Like you're telling the reader what they have to believe. What you want to do instead is just present the evidence, let the reader make up their own minds. And if you do it well enough, the reader will agree with you, or they'll edge in your direction, which sometimes in this political climate is just a win, right? So note that in Word, you can also go into a document here. Let me go into, this is a Word document for one of my other classes. You can go to the Home tab and go to Find. You can search for you, and then do you see how it's going to highlight it in each instance? So it doesn't so much matter It doesn't so much matter if you write about it in your draft. I can give you feedback and help you with that. But what you want to make sure of is that you eliminate it before final version. And if that's a habit you have as a writer, easy enough to fix because you can just do an electronic search. Okay. So you can take two approaches for this paper. You could be persuasive or you could be expository. And expository just means informational, right? So here's one topic, video games, right? But that's not your angle yet. A persuasive essay could be that the video games on learning. And you could argue that it's integrated into school science curricula to teach middle school students the effects of video games, right? But an expository essay could be the effects of video games on learning, and then you would rely more on neuroscience journals and psychology journals to do that. So that's more informational. But the other one is a little bit more persuasive about with these effects, we should do these things, okay? So same topic, different approaches. And so that has a lot to do with how do we narrow a topic and how do we sort of make it work for our essay. Formatting, none of this is new. This is all the same as your compare contrast. Okay, 1-inch margins, double space, times New Roman 12 point. You do not need an abstract. I will continue to give you feedback on APA style, but I'm not even going to mess with the cover page much anymore because I think that you guys seem to have the hang of it for the most part. But if you struggle, reach out to me. Let me know. I'll totally help you. And in the second part of this recording that's already recorded, because this is me doing this video twice, because it didn't take for whatever reason, you'll see in the second part of this recording, I actually have some help for you on references, which I think we can spend some time talking about. Now, the bottom of this prompt for Essay 3 is lists of possible topics. No, you're not required to use these topics. But if you go off of this list, if you choose not to use this list, please reach out to me and kind of say, hey, I'm planning on doing this topic. I think that's really important because I don't want you to do a lot of work before Sunday, before like the draft or your extended outline or whatever you're going to submit to me on Sunday. Because I think that I want to make sure that your scope isn't too narrow, it's not too broad, or it's not too informal, right? And so much of it's going to depend on your research interests. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But I would just say that if you don't use one of these on the list, I'm fine with that. But reach out to me so we can make sure that we've narrowed it enough that you don't get 50,000 research hits. And then it's impossible to sort of wade through all of the data. Okay? That's really important. So that is, in a nutshell, the warm-up content for Essay 3. You've got the instructions and video. Now we've got sort of introduction tutorials, which kind of probably would have been nice before the compare contrast, but we can't do everything in the first 4 weeks, can we? So the only discussion you have this week, which is fabulous, is working on thesis statements and coordinating topic sentences. This has so much to do with the structure of what your essay is going to look like. Okay, so on that note, this is what we've got this week. I'm going to be in this thesis statements and coordinating topic sentences discussion today and tomorrow, but make sure you get yours in today. I'll be working from home today and tomorrow. Reach out to me if you want any help, and I'm here to work with you. I look forward to seeing your Essay 3s and your discussions on thesis statements. Take care.